Hi, Stacy here with Bluebird Paper and Thread. Thank you for joining me today. Today is Saturday, August 17th. It's been a week. It's been a busy week. If you are new to my channel, welcome. This channel is on my hobbies. Right now, cross-stitching takes up the majority of my time. I do a little bit of sewing from time to time with finishes, and I make like makeup bags and that kind of a thing, and maybe one day some quilting. And I also enjoy card making, paper crafting, card making, gift tag holders, gift tags, treat boxes, all that kind of thing. If you like what you see, please take a moment and hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. I think something is happening with the algorithm on YouTube. I've noticed that I'll gain a couple subscribers and then I'll drop a couple subscribers, or a few subscribers. And I don't know that they're really going away. I think it's people who maybe aren't watching the video as regularly, or watching all of the videos that I do release, because I noticed that happened with me with a couple of people. It kind of got out of my algorithm. So their videos, while I got notification on my phone, and if I went to my subscriptions on YouTube, they're all there with a little dot saying, hey, there's new content, but it doesn't pop up in my feed like it used to do. And I think that's part of the problem. So just make sure that you are checking your subscription list for those people that you're following for new content, because it may not be popping up in your feed, which is weird. But you know, if they drop you from not watching a video for a period of time, which I suspect is what's happening. I haven't done a deep dive. I have not had time to do a deep dive and try to figure it out. But if that's what's really happening, then lots of people are adding subscribers and dropping subscribers who haven't watched a video in X amount of days or X amount of weeks. So I don't know. I'm just kind of watching it to see what happens. So make sure that you subscribe and ring the notification bell. That would be helpful. And then, of course, watch the videos. Okay, so this week was a good week. It was the last week of our summer camp. So 9 weeks of summer are now over. And just as quickly as it starts, it ends, and we are getting ready to roll right into our fall activities. Never, ever a dull moment. So I have been starting to work on my new job duties, and I'm putting together some trainings and things like that. So that is, it's nice to get a chance to do the things that I've wanted to do for a really long time, but have not had the time to do it. So things are falling into place, and I think it's going to be a great fall, honestly. Stitching this week, I got a little bit of stitching done, probably more than what I thought. I got my birthday stitch fully kitted. I decided on a linen. I have all of the flosses, I believe, and the chart, of course. So that's ready, so I can start that on my birthday, which is Thursday. And no finishes, but one that's getting close. And I think that's it. Today I went down and picked up my son, and so he's home for the day. He gets to be out until 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock is his curfew time, which I'm really happy for, because that means my husband can come home from work and then we can jump in the car immediately and take him back, and he'll have plenty of time to make sure that he's there on time and signed back in and all of the things. So I'm happy about that, because the last couple weekends my husband hasn't been able to see him. And then we won't be making a trip down there tomorrow. We'll just be doing the things that we didn't get done today. So I'm excited about that. I made him golden nugget cookies. It's a very easy camp cookie that you can make. It's a cup of peanut butter, a package of butterscotch chips. You melt those together, and then you pour it over 3 cups of cornflakes, and you stir it all together, and then you drop it and let it set. I put mine on wax paper and parchment. I ran out of wax paper, so parchment paper as well. I'm hoping it doesn't stick. And then put them on a cookie tray and pop them in the refrigerator to solidify a little bit quicker. So hoping it works. They are delicious. You can't just stop at one. So so when you're camping, if you put it in a metal bowl, you can set it next to the fire, or you can just set it in the sun, and then the sun heats up the bowl and melts the stuff together. And it's really a very quick and easy, tasty cookie treat. So, and I always forget how easy it is to do. And I just thought, you know what, I don't want to heat up the house by turning on the oven. I wanted to do something nice for my son, and I thought, I know, I'll make the golden nugget cookies, and when we go see him, which was supposed to be tomorrow, I'll bring him a baggie of cookies that he can keep for himself, or he can share with friends, whatever he wants. So I got that done today. I got my hair done. Won't look like this again for a while. Never looks the same when you do it yourself than when you go and get it done professionally. And the owner of the salon has a baby puppy, a Maltipoo, and her name is Josie. And my sister went, and when I got all the foils in, she disappeared, and she comes back and she just plops in my lap, this tiny little thing that curled up and just slept. And then next thing I know, she stretches and leans back, and I'm holding her like a baby, and she is just content, and she hardly woke up at all. Even when her dad came by and was like, hey, wake up, no, none of that. Just the sweetest dog. And I was really happy, because our puppies are not snuggly like that anymore, which is hard to say, because Bentley, which is the Frenchie, he's still pretty little. He's probably 5 months old, so he's not full grown yet, and he's still pretty little, but he's heavy and he's not as snuggly. He likes to snuggle, but he doesn't snuggle the same way as a tiny little Maltipoo does. So that was fun. I enjoyed that thoroughly. Yeah, getting ready. It'll be a short week for me this week. I am leaving, starting my vacation a couple days early. I'm going to start on the 22nd. It's my birthday. I'm taking it off. I don't ever take my birthday off, and so I thought this year I think I'm going to take my birthday off. So I'm taking off my birthday, and the plan was to craft and stitch the whole day. I may do some finishing. I've got quite a few things that are ready to be finished. I may do some finishing. And then we leave for vacation, and we won't be back until the following Saturday. So 2 weeks from today we'll be back. And so I'm looking forward to this vacation. I'm hoping to get to a needlework store. So we'll see. I'm only going to kit up one project. We'll see. Maybe 2. I don't even know what I want yet. I should probably go through and make a list of the charts that I want, so that I have an idea and I'm not just aimlessly wandering through. Go in with a plan, right? The marketplace that's going to be happening next week, I think it's next weekend, really some cute charts being released. Of course, Brenda Gervais, 4 charts, they're darling. The Proper Stitcher has some really cute charts. Crocetta Go-Go, I think that's how you say her name, I'm not sure. Crocetta Go-Go, a really cute Halloween sampler, which I'm debating, do I get it, do I not get it, do I get it, do I not get it? Because really, do I need another large Halloween piece? No, but can I stand to not have it? No, I don't think I can. And so I was on her Etsy website this morning, and I fell down the rabbit hole, and I'm like, ooh, and that's cute, and ooh, that's cute, and ooh, that's cute, and I can't have all the things. I'm at a point now where, yes, I'll buy things, but it has to really tug at my heart, and I really have so much here that I want to stitch. I'm kind of thinking I need to focus on stitching what I have, so it's making it hard to load up a cart. Also, I'd like to do one-stop shop, and the shops that I do that with, one of them doesn't have any of the Brenda Gervais charts, and the other one, 2 of them are now quote-unquote sold out. So whatever she set aside for a pre-order, those are sold. So now I'm kind of like, now what? I don't know. I don't know what the answer is. And I think with one of them, they wouldn't ship until the mid or end of September, and I don't want to spend money now and wait that long. I would rather wait and buy them when they come out. Primrose Cottage has a really, really cool looking Halloween Quaker in their Quaker series, and I really want that, but I want to buy the finishing kit and the floss together. And then they have, is it them? No, Lindy Stitches has some pins, counting pins with the clay stuff on it, really cute ones. And of course, one that I want is already sold out. So I'll have to wait for that too, unless I am going to go back on later today and see if maybe the website was updated and I just caught it at a weird time. So that's kind of where I'm at. I really would like, I mean, I've been saving my credit card points to treat myself, and I just kind of think it's looking more and more like I may do a small order with one person, and then I may just wait, and as things are released and, you know, well into the fall, and then just buy them. I'm not going to get them all stitched before, you know, for the Halloween, Thanksgiving, or Christmas this year anyway, so I might as well just wait and buy them a little bit later, where I'm not feeling rushed, I'm not feeling pressured. They have restocked from the big rush from when they were released. That's my thought process. What are you guys doing? Are you loading up a cart and waiting as long as you can before you hit buy? Are you waiting? Are you just not into it? Are you ordering from multiple places, or just trying to hit it all on one? I'm just curious. Just curious. Stitching. Let's go ahead and get started with that. The first one I have up is my Friday stitch, Friday focus piece is what I call it, and it's called the Snowball. And I'm stitching, my final chart that I have to stitch is Winter Wonderland. I'm stitching mine, all of these pillows I stitched on, I believe 40 count anthracite, 40 count anthracite linen, and I'm using all of the called for flosses. And, you know, in different light, Winter Wonderland pops out and looks a little differently than it does when I'm stitching it in the evening. We have canned lights, and they're pretty bright, and then I have a little incandescent bulb next to me, and I turn that on, and it kind of casts a little bit different light on the piece. But you know, during daytime, that's Winter Wonderland, you're really seeing a little bit better, and maybe not so much through the camera here. But Winter Wonderland. So I got the words all done. All I need to do now is stitch. This is a little snowy hills, and there's 2 trees, and then there's some snowflakes, white snowflakes scattered throughout, and then it will be done. I kind of think it'll probably be done next week, especially if I'm off. I can just get up in the morning and stitch on this until it's done and be done with it. So I think that might be what I do. And then all of them, take it off, will be ready to be finished into a pillow form, which will be perfect. I don't think I'm going to put these out for Christmas. I think they're going to be January, to have a full set of double pillows and tier trays. So I really do like the way that these are turning out. Even if the 502, DMC 502 and 503 don't pop off this fabric like they do on the beige, it's still, I still like them. I still think they're really cute. And then this whole kit can be disassembled and recycled. So the floss can go back on the floss ring, the big floss ring storage. The chart can be filed. The fabric scraps can be disseminated however I have them, you know, stored after I use a big chunk of them. And we'll go from there. They'll be ready for the next project. So that'll feel really good. I did a little time on My Home Sweet Home by Brenda Gervais. I think it was a pretty heavy Brenda Gervais week. And I'm stitching this on 36 count flax linen by Zweigart using the called for flosses. Kind of all matted and mangled, but you can see. I think this was my Thursday piece that I focused on. So I finished the house and I did the steps or the walkway, whatever that is, and a little bit of the grass here, and then I brought the branches out. I added the windows, I did the doorknob and the roof and the flag and this blue motif up here. That's how much I got done. So a little more than halfway done. So I just need to finish across the top here, home, add a bird and a flag, do the motifs down the side, the flowers at the bottom, add the white, finish the flag, finish the door, and it's done. I have a lot that are really, really close to being done. I've been working on this piece right here by Cressetta Gogo, Be Thankful. This is the 2023 fall issue of Punch Needle and Primitive Stitcher. I think it has a better picture here. A little bit better picture. I felt like I really was able to move this forward this week, and I don't know why. It's weird. Some days I pick up stitching, or some weeks, and it seems like it takes forever to get a section done, and then there's other times where it's like I get done stitching at the end of the day and I'm like, wow, I moved that along quite a bit. I'm using the called for flosses. This is another one that will be really nice to get over the finish line. I'm stitching this on 46 count oat Bristol embroidery linen, 2/2. No, 1/2. Because I wanted it to be kind of small, and I think this is going to be a finish on a board, or maybe I'll do a fabric easel finish. I'm not 100% sure, but this is where I'm at. So I added this leaf here, and I added the branches to all the little twigs with the berries down here, over here, and up along this side here. And I started the acorns, and I finished the pumpkin tops, and I added the leaves. I added the branch that the bird is holding along with the leaf. It needs its berries. And then I started the turkey body. The feet and legs were already done, so I started the turkey body. So you've got his little bottom and you've got his wings. This is one of those days where I kept stitching and I'm like, oh, what time is it? I'm like, wait, I still have an hour and a half left. The stitching went by quickly, but the time was going by slowly. And I think that's why I felt that this really made some progress. Not quite to the halfway mark, but almost. It's gonna be so cute. Basket full of autumn time. This was a newer start for this year. I just started it a little while ago. Again, Brenda Gervais. I think this might be an older chart, but I loved it and I just picked it up one day. And I am stitching mine on 36 count dark cobblestone, and I love it. But here's some things that I've noticed. I'll show you where I'm at. So I finished the basket and I started on the witch. I got her apron done and I started in on her dress. I'm going to show you the photo. The basket and the cat are done in hickory sticks. This basket and cat are done in hickory sticks. Almost looks black. Brown. Black. Brown. I don't mind the brown. Not one bit. I've stitched too much to take it out anyways. So I'm sticking with the brown. And then if you look at her dress is a really heavily variegated gray, which is pelican gray. Pelican gray. But my pelican gray is more brown. And it really blends in and is too close in color, in my opinion, to the basket and the cat. So here's my thought, and I'd like to have your opinion. I think I'm going to take out the 1.5 rows that I've already stitched for the skirt, and I think I'm going to stitch that in charcoal. I think it's going to have a little bit more contrast from the cat and the basket. And then for the shoes, everything that's charcoal then, which are her shoes, her hat, and the bats, and probably the word boo, and maybe on the pumpkin faces too. I am going to stitch that in DMC 310. What do you think? So you'll have a little bit lighter gray or a lighter black dress, a darker gray or a lighter black dress, really dark black shoes, hat, bats, and boo. And everything else can stay the same. I think it's going to make me happier in the long run. But look at how pretty it is on this fabric. I love it. In person, that yellow, it really just pops off of that fabric. So I think that's the changes I'm going to make on this. I think I'm going to be happier. And, you know, if this, when was this charted? This was made, 2018. So I'm pretty confident that the dye lots, I don't think she mislabeled her colors. I'm thinking the dye lots changed. Because none of my hickory sticks are quite that dark. Or I mean, I guess she could have made an error and called out the wrong color, but I think that's unlikely. Summer Quaker by Primrose Cottage. I love it. My pillow is going to be a little bit bigger because I'm stitching it on a 25 count Zweigart Lugana using these Dinky dyes in Safron, which is this really pretty buttery yellow. So it's going to be a little bit bigger pillow than the others, and that's okay. Unless I decide to finish this differently, but I really like the pillow finishes. I don't know. I finished the house 2024 and I started on this motif here. And I love it. So sunshiny and summery. There is not one thing I dislike about this one. I just love it. Okay. This chart is by Liz Matthews. Hello from Liz Matthews, Flowers and Friends, and this is actually one of her market releases, but in her Patreon group we got it last year, and I love it. My printer printed the house. It makes it look like it's a gray or a black. It's not. It's navy and oranges and golds, and I love it. I'm stitching mine on 40 count cream and sugar. All the called for flosses, and here is my progress. So I added the door and the window frame. I brought over the window ledge, and I did these flowers here. So a couple more windows here, and then I'll be ready to I'll probably fill it, start working on the blue, and when I get down over here, then I will change and do the last windows and get that done. stitching the house first, because houses are hard for me to do. I love them. I don't like stitching them all the time because it's a lot of the same color and it's too repetitive. So I like to get them out of the way first so that the fun things like the flowers and the birds and the butterflies can all be done. They're more fun, more interest. It's so pretty. This is a really great designed piece. Okay. We did nothing last Sunday. And so I took out a piece that I really wanted to dedicate a nice chunk of time to, and I'm really glad that I did. I pulled out Land That I Love by Teresa Kogut. And I'm almost 2/3 of the way done now. Using all the called for DMCs, I've been focusing on that strawberry, let's see if I can do it this way, that strawberry section, that strawberry band. And it's quite time consuming. I don't want to say it's tedious, but it is in the sense that this part of the chart is split onto 4 different pages. So you really have to focus and pay attention to make sure that you're getting all of the stitches in the right spot. So what I did is I brought the strawberries over this way and the vine, and then I started going in and adding the strawberry flowers, the strawberry blossoms, and those little blue squares. They remind me of like blueberries, but that doesn't make sense in a strawberry, on a strawberry vine, but it is what it is, I guess. And then I filled in the contrasting color on this tree here in the middle. I was so excited. And when I say stitched on this all day, I stitched on it all day. I started in the morning, I put it down for a little bit, came back to it in the afternoon, stitched it most of the afternoon, put it down for a little bit, came back and stitched in the evening. So when I say I stitched mostly all day, I stitched mostly all day. But I love it. And I'm stitching this on the called for linen, which I believe is 40 count vintage country mocha. I'm kind of antsy to get it done so that I know exactly where I'm going to hang it in the house. So I'm just ready to get it finished and put it to bed, hang it on the wall. I think once I get past this dividing line there, I think all the motifs towards the top and the alphabet, I think they're going to go by super, super fast. The border is the next thing that's going to be a little bit more time consuming, and I'm stitching that as I go. So I'll probably finish the strawberry band and then I will work on the border on both sides for a little bit. Maybe go all the way to the top, maybe not. We'll just see how far I get. But I love it. This was my birthday start from 2 years ago. I can't wait to give it a good press. Pick out a frame. I have an idea of what I want. I don't no idea if it exists or not. I think it will have the expensive non-glare glass, because where I'm going to hang it is on the wall above the dog crate, and the dog, you know, he only sheds twice a year, once in the first half and then in the second half of the year. Sheds all the time. I feel bad because I'm taking him to the to be boarded on Friday, and he's just got chunks of fur coming out, but I'm not going to spend the money to go get him groomed before to go and get dirty at the kennel and with his friends playing. I'm going to get him groomed before we pick him up. So that's the plan there. So he'll come home all nice and neat. I'm probably going to order a new dog bed. He gets nervous and he will chew his dog bed and kind of shred it and rip it. And he did that. So I probably will have a new dog bed ready for him when he comes home. So that he can come home clean to a new dog bed, and maybe we won't have so much dog fur floating around my house. He's a shepherd, not likely. Okay. My birthday, Sal. I decided on Indigo Lane. Something I've been wanting to stitch, small enough that I really do think I could probably get this done in a year. Give me a chance to finish Land That I Love and this, and then I just have to work on last year's birthday stitch a little bit more. I don't have very much of that one done at all. I decided on 40 count Legacy Linen by Picture This Plus. Just a really nice neutral, really nice modeling, beiges with a slight, I don't know, I guess it's got a slight pinky tone to it, but it just is really a nice modeled linen. And I'm going to use all of the called for colors. Now, there were a couple when I laid these out and I pulled out one strand. There's one, maybe two that are kind of close to the fabric, but I think I looked them up on the chart and I don't anticipate it being a problem. It will just highlight and just give a little bit of texture, or it's next to something else with a little bit better color. And so this is my color palette. I think it's going to be really, really nice. Interesting fact. Oh, I may have to look at this again. This is Summer Shower and Summer Shower and Slate. And they are very, very similar to each other. So I may have to look at one of those and swapping it out for something else. And then Banker's Gray is another one. So a fun little fact. So we know I had that issue. If you watched my last video, I started working on another Teresa Kogut piece, and it had buntings, patriotic buntings across the top, and I got pretty much 4 buntings done. 2 with 1 strand of thread and 2 with a second strand of thread. And the second strand of thread was not as variegated, and it was a darker dye lot, and it is way noticeable. The same thing happened, I believe, with the Banker's Gray. I had pulled another 2 skeins of the Banker's Gray that were a good match. They were probably from the same dye lot, but they were so dark and different from this one that I decided to go with the lighter Banker's Gray. And I don't know which one I had first. I don't know if this was a new one or if the other one was a new one. I just liked this blue a little bit better. So these 2 I'm probably going to have to pay attention to and watch and find out, where do they go? Are they too close in color? They might be. And if they are, I may have to switch this one of them out for something. I don't know what. Other than that, the overall palette on this fabric is really good. This color might be very similar to the fabric color. But we'll cross that bridge. I think that's just the house. So I think there's enough contrasting in there that it's not going to be an issue. Well, I suppose it could be the inside of those trumpet flowers right here. If that's the case, that's even better. So, yeah, I'm just really excited to stitch this. I think it's going to be really pretty. I think it's going to be a quick enough stitch, and I would like to, I'm really trying with all my might to not start it now, but I really want to start it on my birthday. Okay, haul. My Classic Colorworks Floss Fix came in, and these colors are Hayride, Hazelnut, Heatherly, Hickory Sticks, Hollyberry, and Honeycomb. Real pretty. So I like those. And the Teresa Kogut Hometown Part 8 released. So it's official. I am 4 months behind. For those of you that have been following along, you'll remember I got stuck on this blue house in April, and I think I restitched it. I think I'm on my 3rd time trying to stitch it, and I finally think that I've got it right, and it's taking a really long time. So now that I have these 8, the last 4 months, 4, 5, 6, no, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So this is May. I'm hoping I can make I say this every month. I'm hoping I can make progress and get caught up. Maybe that will be this Sunday's stitch. So my blue house is almost done, and the top of the barn below it is like the light gray angle of that roof is done, and I just need to finish stitching it. And then I've got part of this brick house or building done too. So I've got last month's and this month's. This month, on Teresa Kogut's Patreon, she released more of a fall theme. So tiers 2, 3, and 4 had access to Gathering Bittersweet. Really, really cute. I like it a lot. Tiers 3 and 4 also got Harvest House. Look at that turkey. So cute. I love it. Look at the windows. I just noticed the detail in those windows. They have little curtains. And then tier 4, Pumpkin House. Love it. I don't think I'm going to start these, but I love the patterns. We'll see. We'll see. Maybe I'll pick one and start it for the fall. We'll see. I really would like to move some of these along. And that's pretty much it. I did have one more thing. I had a partially kitted project, and I don't know what project, but I have Winter Wren in here by Fox and Rabbit, and then I had these 3 colors. Really Tealy and Hazelnut by Classic Colorworks, and Grits by Weeks Dye Works. And I'm thinking a Brenda Gervais chart, but I don't really know. So I've been looking at it off and on for probably a year, and I just decided, let's put it all back into your stash, and you will figure it out later, and it will still be there. So that's what I'm doing. Do you guys do that? Do you partially kit and then forget? Like if you don't put the chart in, do you forget what it's for? Because I do. What's coming up? So I know I keep talking about my, off and on I'll talk about my craft room video. I did sit down and I did kind of go through to do a final edit on it, and it's so bumpy, you guys, it made me nauseous, and I thought, I cannot do that to any of you. So I've tidied up my room, and I'm hoping tomorrow morning to get out here and film it again. I think I have one stand there that will help, and I think I'm going to pull out the stands and put the iPhone in the stand so that it's not a lot of shaking or moving around, and I can really focus on what I'm showing you and not kind of be half paying attention because I'm focused on the camera shaking and trying to keep it from shaking. So that is coming. I promise. I really do promise. And then a couple of videos ago, one of you or two of you asked to see how I store my whips. I've been thinking about it. I went through my baskets. I have baskets and bags, and I went through them this week and kind of looked at what I had and started thinking about it. I mean, it's not that fascinating. It would probably be a 3-minute video, and I'm like thinking, no, what can I talk about? I have a plan. It still isn't probably going to be a very long video, but we will see what I can come up with. I'm going to try to film that tomorrow as well. Wish me luck. So hopefully everything goes as planned. Today did not go quite as planned, but hopefully tomorrow will be better at that, and I can get both of those things taken care of in the morning, and then I just can take my time to get them put together in a video format for you. It would be great if I could have at least one of them, if not both of them, scheduled for when I am on vacation. I just kicked something with my toe and it hurt really bad. So I'm looking to see if I cut my toe. My daughter did that. On one foot, she's got 2 wounds. One is from the puppy biting her foot. She was running away from it or something, and it got her and punctured like between her, you know, like this part of her foot, you know, where it's the soft tissue. So we cleaned that up. It didn't need medical attention. She did a really good job of cleaning it. We've been watching it. Well, then today she was trying to keep her cat from escaping from her room. She was late getting ready for work, like she overslept over an hour, and so she was rushing and she got knocked over by the cat, and she stepped back and her foot landed on the dog crate, and it cut like a corner, you know, like a corner tear looks like, out on her heel. And so, you know, I'm driving to go pick up my son, and this text comes through, and I don't see it until I'm waiting for him. I had to sit and wait for him for about 20 or 30 minutes. And I look at it, and it's this picture of this wound, and I'm like, you may need stitches. So someone picked her up and is taking her to the emergency room or the urgent care to see if she needs stitches or not. And because it won't stop bleeding, but it's on your heel, and every time you walk you're putting pressure. Yes, it's going to continue to bleed. So yeah, so then I kicked that. I'm thinking, oh, do I need to go join her? No, I didn't. No, just a little scratch. No blood drawn. Okay. That is it for me. I hope you have a great rest of your weekend, and your week ahead is full of stitchy fun. If you haven't already done so, please like the video, share the video, subscribe to the channel, comment on the video. I do read the comments. I do respond with at least a heart, if not respond to your comment back. I do know that we did have a couple of new subscribers, so thank you and welcome. I do appreciate you being here, and I think that's it. Until next time, happy stitching. Bye.